I've got a video on what we will call ancient plasticine walls. This site here is the main part of the video. There's an area on this wall here that led me into what I'm going to speak about throughout the entire video, really. This is around Sacsayhuaman. It's in Peru somewhere, and this is what you call polygonal walling. I remember the first time I saw it, I thought it was a snake's head with its mouth almost open, and the hole at the top wall where its eye was. But when you see it from a different angle, it isn't. So the area that I'm speaking on is in the top right hand corner there. When you look at it close up, what do you think that we're looking at there? How has it ended up looking like that? And in my opinion, this is failure. Maybe it were raining that day heavily, or the team had been out the night before and were drunk. Yeah, and they didn't mix the mixture correctly, because none of this has been shaped, has it, by tools or even machines or lasers or anything, has it? And I will prove that through this video. I've decided not to show you all the evidence I've put out on this before in other videos, and I'm just going to stick to the plasticine theory itself specifically rather than the framework and all that lot, yeah. Now this is not the area, but it leads into it. Now this corner piece here, this is again failure of the mixture, it not being mixed right, and it's just cracked away, right? You can even see on the outer part of it, it's smooth. So this was not mixed right. In fact, I would say, while you're looking at the shiny edges of these where it's clearly been put together like plasticine blocks, and that's why it's shiny on the edges, yeah, and you get that rim. What I mean by the mixture, a poor mixture like that, let's say that you mixed it, you wanted to make a large block, right? To begin with, you would just mix together, knead together like you're mixing bread, okay, a large lump around the same size. Yeah, but if you left it too long and it began to dry out too quickly, you went away for a conversation somewhere on site, then you came back and put it into the wall and then started spreading your final mixture over it, right? It would not stick correctly, right? And over time, maybe a week or so, it would break away. Now, you could even do the same with the blocks, just by letting them dry slightly, even just rubbing a bit of fresh water on the sides of the blocks, yeah? So when you squeeze them into shape against the next block, then it would separate perfectly, yeah, and end up being airtight. You could even use something like paper, a leaf, whatever, and get the same effect. But the name Sacsayhuaman is interesting in itself. I find it funny that maybe because it's like a huge fort, that all the tribes that were breaking themselves up against the walls, maybe there were just that many of them that they were using their bones and their remains in the sacks, the huge sacks that I'm showing. Hence the name Sacsayhuaman, sacks of human.